Now we live. Now we live. All right. So I wanted to make this one short, kind of sweet, and just really get to the point. So I seen that little video from that shooter from Buffalo, right? Let me close this real quick. Hopefully y'all tapping in. I don't know. I've been having some problems trying to get this thing going. So hopefully y'all tapping in. I don't know. The numbers look kind of crazy, but so that Buffalo shooting that happened, we got to talk about that. I seen the video. I don't recommend you watching that video. It's egregious. It's awful. It's horrible. And the fact that something like that could go down is equally, even more tragic, actually. And what kind of solutions can we have to things like that? Because you notice these race soldiers always attack soft targets. They attack when we're vulnerable, when we're not expecting, when we're not fortified, when they know they have soft targets like women, because most of the people killed were women. So if we see, this is why, check the last couple of videos I did, like 2 videos ago I did, when I was telling you that these race soldiers are mounting up to attack us violently. And I was showing you how recently they have been infiltrating police, law enforcement, judicial system, media, etc., etc. And they want war. So this is why it's dangerous when you have our own people who will go against the grain. See, while they're making plans to try to exterminate us, they're being backed by the media, because the media is going to give them, they're going to give them coverage. They're going to tell them like, hey, he didn't really, he was really a good guy who had a bad day, or they're not going to bring out all the different affiliations that they have with the police. But check out the thumbnail to the video to this very video. You're going to see the police tatted up with what I would suspect to be white supremacist type of tattoos. So he's taken alive, like Dylan Roof. See, these mass shooters that kill us are taken alive because they have cover. You see, when the KKK started making threats in 2020 saying they're going to start killing us again, and they said they're going to start on July 4th, and in fact mounted up the proper type of response with thousands of armed black men and women saying, hey, if you start killing, we're going to start killing next. That put pressure on them because they're concerned about capabilities. See, if they know we're capable of protecting ourselves, they won't even start the shit. So it's not a coincidence that people like Taharka Bey, after that, started disrespecting and undermining those types of responses, those types of individuals or organizations that are capable and willing to make those type of responses. And like I said 2 videos ago, that makes us more vulnerable. Because if they could look online and see that our own people don't even back the organizations that would protect us from their violent attacks, cowards like them are going to feel that much more emboldened to carry out such attacks. See, that's the problem. Now the dude who just killed all those people in Buffalo, he has a GoFundMe. A couple GoFundMes right now of people raising money for him. Think about that. You don't see people that's, what I'm saying, they're not doing the same kind of things like a Taharka Bey will do, which is disrespect and undermine. No, they're going to support that. But we don't get that type of support for organizations that are willing to take that type of a stand or a defensive stand to prevent those type of things, because we have our own people who will undermine, disrespect, and lay cover for white supremacy. So guess what Taharka Bey is going to be talking about today at 9 o'clock? He's going to be speaking about the Buffalo shooting, of course, and why people don't take Black Power organizations seriously. So he's going to use this as an opportunity to further undermine our people and to further take shots at the very organizations that he's already been doing damage to and that are prepared and willing to respond to these type of things. He's going to take this as an opportunity to show you where his heart really is. Because he's going to try to act like, he really cares for the deceased. But really, the objective of that show is going to be to undermine black organizations and have absolutely no solutions himself. See, he's not going to say, well, let me get the Moors, since I'm a Moor, let me get Baltimore, and we'll start protecting our community so those kind of things will happen. He's not going to do that. He's going to tell you about some village, Moorish village that's never going to happen. He's going to tell you to donate to his channel. He's going to tell you to watch the channel. He's going to give you more rhetoric on YouTube. That's what he's going to do. See, the reason why we're not taken seriously is because there's so many people like him. See, if they see that we have, that we don't even support our own organizations that are supposed to protect us from things like that, then they know we're vulnerable. And they're going to continue to make these attacks. I showed you 2 videos ago. This is exactly what they're planning. This is what they do. They don't run up when we're fortified. They don't run up in neighborhoods where brothers are really out there on the streets with guns. They don't do that. They take soft targets. See, every community that we have should have individuals that are willing to protect that community beyond the capabilities of the police. That should just be off top every community. And we don't have that kind of response, in part because of people like Taharka Bey who will undermine those kind of things every chance he gets. And he's going to take this very opportunity of what he just seen happen in Buffalo, and that's going to be an opportunity to continue to undermine the organizations that could have been in response had they been supported the same way these people are supporting this killer by setting up GoFundMe's for him, by taking him alive with cops that look like race soldiers according to their tattoos. They give themselves cover when they do these kind of things. Dylan Roof was bought lunch and raised like 4.2 million. The media is gonna cover this in a way that's gonna make dude look like he's just a problem child, and you kind of gotta feel sorry for him. That's the kind of rhetoric that they're gonna. That's the kind of cover they're going to have for their own. Meanwhile, on the other side of this, Taharka Bey is gonna tell you why they don't take Black Power communities seriously. But he's been the main one undermining them for the last 5 or 6 years. Although he'll undermine that kind of shit, but at the same time, friends, child rapists. I told you I was going to do a video showing this. I will show you this. I'm not going to be able to do it today, but I will show you the receipts of someone who's friends with him to this day, who is a convicted gang rapist of a 15-year-old. That's one of his ace booms and crimies. One of his biggest supporters on his YouTube channel, also convicted. This is no cap. These are all receipts. Convicted. So he hangs out with those who victimizes our women and children to the fullest, including rape. He has been on the sexual offense registry, but he's going to undermine organizations that could have been there to protect the people who lost their lives in Buffalo today. He's going to pick the side of white supremacy once again and use this as an opportunity to undermine our people and undermine our organizations. He doesn't use his platform to try to build up any of our organizations or to try to build some other organizations, since he doesn't like their response, but he doesn't have any other way to respond except for make a YouTube video, go hand out some flowers on Mother's Day, raise money for some shit he ain't gonna do, and hide the fact that he was on the sex offense registry and that all of his ace booms are all sex criminals, convicted. So you can say what you want, but we know Adrian Joyce, convicted rapist. Charles Tillman, convicted rapist. Taharka Bey, or Antonio Toronto Johnson, was on the sex offense registry as of 2016. These are facts. That's why he can't sue none of this shit. He ain't suing nothing, because he knows what these are facts and these are public record. I showed you how you could also show it. So when he goes live, I expect some of y'all to be in that building and give him the business. He's going to do a despicable act by trying to undermine those who lost their life and undermine the organizations that should be strong enough in every city to deter those type of cowardly attacks. Anyway, I said I didn't want to make this too long, so I'm out, y'all.